Stephen, we are live now. Do you want me to make you host again so that you can promote the panelists?
Yes.
Okay, sending it back to you.
All right.
You should be good now.
Yep. Got it. Thank you. So Andy, do you only want to do the weekly numbers?
Did you give me something else to go over?
I sent both attached in the same email.
All right, let me look for that. How many's left on this Warrior Challenge?
We have 4 shirts left, I believe.
All right.
We're at 196.
Okay. Um, 44. We don't have any 40-40 announcements, do we? 44 challenge.
No, sir, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, I think nothing other than that one report.
The 10K Warrior.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got that ready, and then I've got the weekly ones ready as well, and then the notes. So we're good to go.
I may cover. Can you still hear me?
Yes, sir.
I may cover a lot of the year to date. But you don't need to worry about pulling anything up.
Okay.
Hey, y'all, did Foresters come out with a right off the bat contest, first month cash or anything like that? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I don't think so, Andy.
Okay.
I'm gonna look it on the ARC.
I don't see anything on it. I know they're working on announcements coming out on the ARC. That was one of the things that's not been smooth.
I talked to Bruce this morning, Andy. He didn't say anything. I asked him if there was anything new. He said no.
It's called pray that America is not that great.
You better pray really hard. You better pray really hard.
I know.
Your 25-year return of premium is pretty bad to the bone, I'll tell you that.
I know.
We've been training on it, so it's pretty awesome.
The VP is Will Courtney. I will introduce you to him, Kelly, and he will be here.
Awesome. I'm excited to meet him.
Seems like a lot like Darwin, really smart, IT guy. So you won't pull anything over IT wise, YouTube, anything to do with the internet or computer programming. He's all over it. So he's really smart, but he talks really nice like Darwin, just got that nice.
That's awesome. I'm excited to meet him. Like I said, the product's amazing. We love it. The way they show it, let's put it this way, it's a non-replaceable product once you sell it the right way. If somebody tries to come in behind you, it's not going to get replaced.
Bel Air says he can do it. He can outsell it. So he can replace them all day long.
Oh, yeah.
But not many Bel Airs out there. Hey guys, it is 12:30. People are still jumping on. I have hopefully some interesting stuff. Main thing I want to do is talk to some of y'all about getting rich. It's not complicated, Kelly. Chris Manifold, shot of a lifetime, man. What's it like, Chris, not having a boss tell you how much money you can make? If this year you're going to make 3% more than last year.
Yeah, that was always awesome. Every review you had, you got a 3% bump. It's like, oh, thank you so much. Exactly. So yeah, it's awesome being able to determine that on your own. Nothing like it.
Well, it's interesting what people determine on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really did better than I expected last year. I'm probably going to take off the first month of January and probably, see if I can make a little less. You're like, really? You want to make less? No, I want to make more, but I'm definitely not going to work. So, anyway, what's your intentions? Did you start selling last year, Chris, or had you been with us a while?
So I was a part-time basis for I think about a year and a half. And by part-time I mean in that year and a half I think I sold maybe 10,000 in AP, maybe
in a year and a half.
In a year and a half, yeah, wasn't working too much, but and then about 6 months ago, a little more than 6 months ago, started full time, and in that time, I think I've done about 50,000.
I think I'm gonna talk about it in a few minutes, but I think you're in the top 20 in the country year to date this time. So you're kind of pulling the old Megan routine of once you started smoking everybody. Let me see if I can.
That sounds good to me.
What did you win the trip?
Yep. Oh yeah. Little ran out of time on the extension, but definitely got the trip. So
I'll go through it, but I think maybe you're not in the top 20. There you are, number 15 in the country, 14,000 issued so far in first 18 days of the year. Not a bad program. 14,000, 18 days. number 15 in the country. Aren't you an educated mind, Chris?
Well, I mean, I've got an engineering degree, but yeah, I've never worked as an engineer. I've worked in different fields that required a bachelor's degree, but never set design things.
What kind of an engineer? What curriculum?
Mechanical.
Mechanical. At least you're on a chemical or something. You're not really, really smart.
I'm not that smart.
Did you have to take what was the name of that course? Fluid dynamics?
Oh yeah.
That's not what you call it though? What is it? Is that the name of the course? Fluid dynamics?
Yeah.
Seems like it was a different name.
Well, there's fluid dynamics. There's thermodynamics.
Thermodynamics. Oh my God.
Yeah, that one was tough.
God. Start having nightmares again.
Yeah.
So what's your plan? Are you going to increase your pay this year?
Oh yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
going for? How much of an increase? 10%, 20%, 30% increase? What are you thinking?
I told Mike number I'm shooting for is 300,000. So.
And what'd you make last year?
A little bit over 50.
Okay.
So
6X.
Yeah.
Not a bad program.
Yep.
So are you doing it using the basics, like booking more appointments than you did before, getting more referrals, touching base about tracking the money? Like what's like from an engineering perspective, give me maybe 5 bullet points that you're thinking you're going to do to go from 50,000 to 300,000.
The only thing I'm doing is the basics. I'm not trying to innovate at all. I'm just trying to listen to Mike and Noel more, listen to Megan, listen to you, and just become as close as I can to, what it is that you guys say that we need to do. So I'm not, as much as I can, I'm trying not to think about anything, just do what I'm being told.
How many appointments you think you got to book a week to hit this number?
I really need to do 40, and that's one of the things I need to work on. Is that I'm not hitting that every week, I feel like I'm doing well with what I've got, but I need to hit 40, and I need to talk to 40 people. I need to do the 40-40.
Okay. One of the ways that you can speed that up is getting people to help you book appointments. Okay. And I see Mike and Noel listening intently. So if I tell you something wrong, I want them to jump in, but it won't be wrong. If you're in the house and the guy's like, my sister really needs to do this. It might sound awkward at first, but once you get used to this, hey, call her real quick, would you? You see what I'm saying? Just practice this right here. Just say it to me, like start talking, go, hey, call her real quick, would you?
Call her real quick, would you?
Yeah, call her real quick, would you?
Yeah.
So she can book that appointment for you in split seconds. Your sister's going to pick up one call, one appointment. You with me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then try to get over there right then, or maybe say, I got 2 more appointments. I can be over there in an hour or 3 hours. What you're trying to do is compress time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I always tell people, everybody makes the same kind of money I do. You make the same amount of money last year I did. The only difference is I made it faster, so it made it look like I made more.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's just a dynamic of money.
Yeah, that's working on referrals. I'm getting referrals, but in terms of booking appointments, I'm not as successful there as I'd like to be, for sure.
Yes, it's lack of, and you're not I don't want to say something bad. You are an aggressive person.
Mm-hmm.
You need to use that aggressiveness toward getting what you want when you want it. You remember goal setting, how to get everything you wanted faster than you ever thought possible. Mm-hmm. So if you go in the house knowing what you want, right? I always go in like this. Okay, well, there's this, but really go in like this. Okay, I know I got to get a check. Something, somebody gonna die. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a check. I'm gonna get some other appointments booked, referrals. I'm gonna track the money trail. Everybody understand, I ask about that safe money. It's really the money trail. You gotta smell it. You gotta be able to smell it. Right? Like if they start talking about something like if they work somewhere with 20 years, it's the money trail. So you can get an IUL or an annuity, right?
Mhm.
Like, is your stockbroker doing good with your stock? I don't have any stocks. Oh, you don't do that. You just keep yours in the bank.
Mhm.
See how quickly I'm curious and getting through stuff quickly. You with me?
Mhm. Mhm.
And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help you get those 40 appointments. And the fourth thing is like our tongue's dragging, man. We can't get to the people. What's happened is, this is what you say in a house. You say, what happened is the people that used to do this business, they died out. Like there was hundreds, thousands of people that would help with life insurance and financial planning. And if you think about it, these people, they're getting old and they haven't recruited new people. Like I'm an engineer, never thought about doing this, but my girlfriend's niece told me about this. And so I don't know if you know anybody, but we're looking for somebody. Boom. That's part of the 40-40 right there.
Mhm.
You're running 40 appointments, but if you talk to them like that, so there's 4 things I'm trying to do. But the one that you're working on is the easiest way to get in more houses is referrals. And the easiest way to get them to pick up the phone is get the person to dial the number. And all you got to do is ask. And it's part of a normal conversation, not a formal checkoff sheet. Try it. You might like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has anybody done that? What I'm talking about? Jara, Joe Dukes, Megan raised her hand. Terry, you look like somebody very important in that studio. I must say, very important.
You got the dress the part.
Tell him how you do it, where you aggressively get them to make the phone call for you, Terry.
So after we close the sale, I'll say get the ERS. So there over $1 billion of unclaimed life insurance. You reckon you know why that is? And they be like, I'll be like, well, it ain't because the insurance companies ain't got no money. It's just because nobody called us so that we could fill out the claim. I ain't gonna let that happen to you. Who in your family can you trust that I can call and let them know that I represent you? So God forbid something happen. I know they're gonna be tore up emotionally, but at least they can call me so I can get the paperwork started. So they'll say like their brother. I'm like, okay, where your brother live? Right around the corner. Okay, can you give him a quick call? I'm gonna swing by there and drop this information off to him right now.
Do they make the call for you sometimes, Terry?
Yes.
Megan Wood, you said you do that. You driving down the road? I didn't think you were moving. I thought you were sitting still. I don't want you to try to talk to us while you're moving, but is it much different the way you do it?
Yeah, so yeah. So
in a quarter mile, turn left onto Beck Lane.
I had 6 policies I wrote today, and all of them were from referrals. So this is pretty cool. And it was the same thing. So my client called
take the next
from the
left
house
onto
while
Beck
I
Lane.
was there, and I just did my appointment. Sold 6 so far.
Nice. Thank
They're
you,
the
brother.
emails because they already trust you.
In a quarter mile,
their
your
sister
destination will
trusted
be
you,
on the left.
or their mom trusted you. You know, I mean, easy.
Thank you, Megan. I'm gonna interview Megan Sunday night, and we've got 100 people signed up. We can't take any more. I think I understand a couple people trying to sneak in. We're gonna have security there, and prevent these acts of serious interest in learning how to do better. And we can't have all that. We're going to have to stop you because of the China virus, otherwise known as COVID 32, 14, 19. So because of the COVID. Speaking, the COVID struck. If y'all hadn't heard, our buddy Brandon Manley, his dad got hit by the COVID and he didn't make it. So those of you that reached out to Brandon and told me thinking about him, I appreciate you doing that. And if any of you want to, I appreciate that. He was just down here playing cornhole. And next thing you know, he's up there playing cornhole, I hope. So now it's never been a better time to get referrals, Terry and Megan, because people dying all around them, car wrecks, COVID, flu, emphysema. Oh, yeah, death going on. Deborah Pendergraft's husband. Y'all remember her? She was my secretary for 10 years. Her husband, Johnny. Y'all probably met Johnny on some trips. He passed away. He passed away of something else. Leukemia. We've been fighting that thing a long time. We all gonna go away from here. TikTok. We ain't got no time. What you're trying to do, the whole conversation is how do we compress time, Chris? The other thing, Chris, is the concept of when you're in a house, finding out who else is interested. You could make an extra $100,000 by helping another person start making money this year. The sooner you get them started, the sooner you and Megan and Mike can get them up to 10 grand a month to 20,000 a month. It's big money. Okay. All right. So I want to talk today. I'm going to talk about just really positivity is what the intent is. And I know the way it came out, it was kind of to me comical how it came out about the what do you call it, passive aggressive behavior. Because I think a lot of people think they're being positive, but a psychiatrist, but their downline don't like it and their upline don't like it, but they think they're being positive and upbeat. And what they're doing is they're covering up, or what you could be doing is covering up a problem as opposed to addressing the problem. Like the way that I asked for the referral, Chris, is a straightforward way. There's passive aggressive ways that people ask and they don't get referrals because they're being passive aggressive. And it's a weird phenomenon that people try to get out of. They try to get out of responsibility. They try to get out of work. And we all know when I say we, I know when they're doing it. And I'm just looking at them going like, dude, you're not helping yourself. You're not helping your cause. You're really making yourself look bad because people don't like it. They don't respond to it. This business is so much about attitude and having a great attitude every day, no matter what. Because let me tell y'all something. If no shows are negative, agents quitting are negative, chargeback, people deciding they don't want the pot. To me, all those things are negative. You cannot eliminate the negative. You can minimize it, but you can't eliminate it. So knowing that you're going to have negative stuff, you need to go into it saying, no matter what, I'm going to have a positive, optimistic outlook and attitude. The one thing you can control, you get your legs cut off, you can have a good attitude. Your mama dies, you can have a good attitude. You get shot, you can have a good attitude. You get COVID, you have a good attitude. You get $1 million check, you have a great attitude. It's just a whole lot easier when you get $1 million check. So the one thing you really got to work on is your attitude. I mean, I look at this and see you special invites and say, probably every one of us have been passive aggressive, but we need to be careful that we don't do it thinking that it's a positive thing. Like it's like a what I call them a left-handed compliment, you know, and people do it trying to be funny. They might say, hey man, I like that shirt you got, Andy. It's nice. Wonder if you got any pants that match it. You know, and I'm going like, yeah, thank you, man. I think I got some different pants that match it. So they're putting you down. They're either putting down the system, or they're putting down your clothing, or they're putting down your personality while they're trying to mix in sugar. But it's really the sugars. It's not tricking anybody. So I'm going to hit on that a little bit more. But the biggest thing I want you to think about is how do I protect my attitude? How do I stay positive no matter what? I never forget in Amway, this guy named Paul Miller. He's stupid rich, still stupid rich. And he said, let me tell you how it goes down. Let's say you have 10 distributors, and let's say they quit all at one time, get mad at you. Here's the way you should take this to your upline. You should come to your upline and say, hey man, look here. I'm learning more about the products. I'm selling more. I'm excited about the future. I'm glad I got a relationship with me and you. Want to let you know that all 10 of my guys quit, but I am fired up out of my mind. I was like, okay. And it's funny because one of my distributors was like that. He would get enough people together to do 1,000 points. Let's call it, Bill, it's like saying I had a group of guys added together, they did 40,000. So they do 1,000 points in Amway, and then he'd get awarded. He'd get 1,000 points. He'd get his award. Then they'd all quit. He'd come in by. He'd say, man, I'm telling you, I'm fired up out of my mind. I won 1,000 PV. I'm so fired up. I want to let you know all them people quit, but we're going to be rich. This thing's going to be big. I'd be like, you're the man. And then he went 1,500. Same thing. Everybody quit. I was like, oh my God. But he didn't quit. He had a positive attitude. And he went all the way up to 4,000. And then this same kid, I called him one day. I said, hey, look, we're going to get an insurance. And he was so fired up. He said, I want to be in insurance all my life. I said, this joker is truly crazy. So he got an insurance. He started killing it. And he kept hiring people. And he hired a guy who quit. He didn't care. And guess what? This dude led me to Andy Riddle. It's crazy. I bet he lost 200 people in Amway, and I bet he lost 200 people in insurance, but he led to Andy Riddle because he just kept fighting. And then what happened was his dog died, his daddy died, and he got 2 new dogs, and he let his girlfriend move in the house all in 1 month. It was the craziest month of his life. He said, I just can't take all the pressure. I'm not going to do anything the rest of my life. I was like, okay. So he lost his positive attitude and all that stuff happening, and it killed him. I ain't gonna say he was passive aggressive, but he lost his positive attitude. You got it. I'm listening to audio of that book, your first year in network marketing. I've been listening to probably 2 hours of that this morning walking, and it was just reiterating that how your attitude means everything. And it's so easy to protect it. It's just a simple decision. And it's so easy to lose it. And here's the people I think lose it the fastest is the one that let passive aggressive language and passive aggressive behavior seep into their life. And they don't even realize they're losing their good attitude. And some of them even think it's funny. They call it humor. And I'm going like, it's nice that you call it humor, but it's like paint. It's like putting lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig, bro. I don't know how to tell you this. So hopefully if you've done it or you have a tendency to do it, if you hear some of this and you go like, oh man, I didn't know that was passive aggressive. Oh man. So then maybe you can control it a little bit more. Somebody just texted me. They called it a chocolate covered razor blade. I was like, yeah, that might be it. Hey, let's talk about some numbers here, if y'all will be interested. Brandon Bill, let me tell you something, bro. You are leading the United States of America in issue paid premium. Woo! Whoo! If you ever thought about number one, a good time to start thinking about it is when you are number one. Think about fighting to keep it. 78,000 issue paid so far puts you number one in the country. What do you think about that, Brandon? What do you think about that thought about it? You got a head start.
Yep, head start, but no satisfaction. I mean, I'm grateful to God for it, but I just got to keep going. It's like Kobe Bryant winning Game 6, and they're asking, "How do you feel?" And he's like, "Still got to go out and win Game 7." What do you mean, how I feel? Like, I still got another game to play. That's how I feel right now.
I love that attitude. You can't win Game 7 without Game 6, though. You can't keep in number one if you don't start in number one. You started out in number one, so you do have that to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you something, dude. I work on some strategery, dude. There's a word called and. The more you can use and, the more points you get. And there's a list of words that are negative points and a list of words that are positive points. Okay. Your girl, and I know it's personal. I mean, I know it's family. Like it's, what do you call it? Control business. But your girl, Kristen Landry, is starting out number 3 in the United States with 7 applications issued, 2 IULs and 2 annuities. So she's issued 43,000 this year. Be like, if she don't win all expense paid cruise, it's on me and you. Like, she don't like us. She don't want to cruise with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's
gonna win it.
She's gonna keep writing regular business too, right?
Oh yeah, she's booking appointments from leads and everything like that too.
Yeah, but it's a good way to start. All that.
I was just gonna say that's a hell of a leg up for the first, half of the month.
So she's number 3 in the United States of America so far. Now, you gotta love this one. People gotta love this one. James Bubba Skinner, number 2 in the United States. When you got a Bubba at number 2, you know you got some rednecks around you. You know it? He has issued 8 applications for 58,000 starting out the year. Bel Air has had a revelation in his mind. This son of a gun's fired up out of his mind. He's right now at 4 with 10 applications with 40,000 issue paid. That joker is on fire. Jane Hill has had 35,000 issued with just 2 applications. So 2 big ones got in there. She's another one leading, way up top. Just got to keep following up. Now here's the funny thing. Megan has had Megan Woods still here. She's had 77 apps issued for 35,000, which puts her in number 6 place. But I'm just telling you, those are kind of numbers. Hard to say she's going to stay in number 6. She got a good shot at finishing up number 1. Joe Walker has had 10 apps issued this year. Joe Walker, that is a strong start, buddy, for 23,000. Dr. Phil Hebert, 21,000 issued. I see Brian Rojas on here. Brian, you are right now number 9 in the country with 10 apps, 18,000 issued. What is your intentions, Rojas, for the rest of this year?
Be number 1, baby. Let's go.
You shooting for number 1?
Hell yeah. 100%.
Hey, I want to tell y'all something. I don't know if you know this, but you can check with psychiatrists. Acting like you don't care about leaderboards is passive aggressive. I'm just telling you. You say, well, this professional did it. I'm just telling you, people don't like it. People like competitors. They don't like people that say things like, well, I don't worry about that. I just try to do the best. It's passive aggressive behavior and people don't like it. Don't blame me. It's not me. I'm just telling you what the psychiatrists say. So I really don't care about leaderboards. Okay. I really don't like some things that I never talk about. I always go like somebody says, the problem is food. Can't think about, I'm trying to think of a food I don't like, but I can't think of a food I don't like. Can't think of a wine I don't like. I'm a liker. you know. But you understand what I'm telling you is, it's like 40-40. Somebody's like, I can't support 40-40. I was like, why? Well, because I'm only going to contact about 15 or 20. I said, what does that got to do with anything? Well, I don't want to be a hypocrite. Oh, you want to be passive aggressive. I'd rather you be a hypocrite than a passive aggressive. Well, I don't want to be a hypocrite. Do you want to be passive aggressive? I'm just telling you, there's a sequence of making money and there's a sequence of losing money. And I'm just telling you, if you want to be a money maker, if you want to be a color commentator on Sunday afternoons, like our buddy Steve Young, you can't be passive aggressive. He can't be passive aggressive. They will kick him off the TV show because people don't like it. And they don't even like to hate it. They don't like it and they don't like to hate it. It's a tweener. They don't hate it and they don't like it. It just doesn't get him nowhere. There are people that people hated, but they weren't passive aggressive. Like the one who was like, let me draw it out here, and he'd start screaming, let me draw out the run play. And people hated Madden, that's his name. But people hated, but they didn't hate him. They hate him, but they didn't hate him. It was like he was crazy, but not passive aggressive. Passive aggressive, so I don't like to, I mean, I'll come to that when I come to the training on it, but we're talking about leaderboards. People love it. Now watch this. If you say, I'm going to do 40-40, and then you only do 15, it does hurt your mind because your mind says you're lying. But you say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it next week. I'm going to be number one. Listen to this. If I say, guys, I want to be pertinent with integrity. I want to be a powerhouse with integrity. That's called a leaderboard. I care. Y'all don't know whether I care or not. Does that make sense? You hear what I'm saying? Because if I say I don't care, what that does, it's passive aggressive and it hurts you. You go, Andy don't care. Andy don't care, I don't care. But I do care. But he really does want to do good. He wants me to get rich, but he don't care about being important. It confuses the hell out of your man. It twists it bad. I've talked about this with all the coaches I've ever had. Jim Henson, he gets so mad when people are passive aggressive. Top leaders, low leaders, producers. He says, why do they do that? I said, yeah, I don't know. Then their mom and dad taught them. Maybe they're copying a professional athlete. Maybe they're copying an actor. I don't know who they're copying, but it's not smart. So I'll try to give you some things to say, hey, I want to avoid that. I want to do this. So I'm excited that you want to be number one. I'm glad you said that. Your team loves that, Rojas. Your upline loves that. We want to help you now. We want to make sure that we scream at you when you're not getting the leads, or we want to scream at the lead department. We get mad because we know you care. But if you say you don't care, it's hard to get mad. And then people get mad when they ain't got leads when they said they didn't care. It's like passive aggressive. I don't care. Where's my leads? I don't care. Where's my numbers? You see how that's passive and then aggressive?
Right.
I want more leads. You said you didn't care about the leaderboard. I don't. But I need more leads. Like, what they're trying to say is, if I fail, I don't want you to blame me. So it's a protection. It's a disguise they're trying to cover their feelings with.
So good, Andy.
That makes sense?
100%.
Great coaches are not passive aggressive with their players. If they tell them you're going to get your ass back on the bench, they don't say, well, I really don't care if we win the game or not, but I really wish you would block better. If you do a lot of blocking, and I mean, we're just going to play each game and we're going to do our best each game, but it don't matter if we win or lose, but I need you to block better. That confused the hell out of the team.
Right.
But that are covering their butt because we just play for the fun. Getting ready to get fired. Yeah. But don't get me wrong. You can make six figures with us and be passive aggressive. It's just harder. It makes it a challenge. Okay, let's move on. Michelle Alleman has come alive. 25 issued apps the first 18 days for 17,000. So when you look at number of apps, your two competitors are Megan Wood and Michelle Alleman. Right behind that, I say her on there, is Varay Joseph, Jake and Varay. Y'all are You're ranked number 11, but you're number 3 in applications with 22 applications and 16,000. Ray, that's the way that to stay consistent, because what if you up and get one of those 60,000 IULs on top of all the base hits, you will skyrocket. If you don't, your money's going to be level. If 3 cases fall off, you don't care. It's a lot of base hits. So tell us how, do you and Jake both write business, or one of you recruit, one of you sell? What's y'all's attack plan?
So Jake and I both write business, and Jake does primarily all of our recruiting.
Okay, so he's doing all the recruiting. Do you take phone calls in the home from agents?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. And he does too. He takes phone calls.
Yeah, so we both, each of us run our minimum of 20 a week, so we could be up at the 40, and then Jake is doing primarily all the interviews, and I do take calls from agents. Yeah.
Okay. Evan Patzer, number 12. Jonathan and Megan Yakey, number 13, and they have 19 apps. So they're right up at the top. Right below them is Marcus Richardson with 20 apps with 15,000. And then there's Chris, number 15 in the country. What's up, Chris? Steve Maxim on the Cats team has just went crazy. Same thing. First year, learning experience, said, hey, freshman year of college, you don't start making money. I'm not upset. I didn't do what I thought I would do. I want to do better. And now he's come rolling in there in the top 20 in the country. Not bad. Number 16, Manzo. Manzo's still writing over here on the East Coast. Riddle, am I correct in that?
You're correct.
Is she going in houses and putting the mask on and all that stuff?
She's going in houses.
She takes some Lysol. I'd put that hand sanitizer on. Jane got me all kinds of sanitizer stuff for all y'all nasty people come down here. I said, Jane, are you calling our team nasty? No, but you got me an American flag from a mask. Mandatory at the fusion. God. Mandatory. Good for Manzo. Number 17 in the country, Rodriguez. Oh my God, Stephanie, 30 applications on the books issued already. 13,300. Talk to us, Stephanie. Let people see who you are. Killing it.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for having me on, Andy. Appreciate you. So,
you know the coolest thing about our office?
What?
I thought you was going to say you. You the coolest thing.
Oh, I'd say my office is the coolest thing about the office.
Your view out that window is unbelievable.
It is. I'm very blessed and appreciative.
Everybody that comes flying in, they're gonna be messed up. Patzer texted me 11 apps for 15,000. Number 12 in the United States of America. Patzer, you got to come down here and see Stephanie's office. Is Rojas gonna move in the office with you? Y'all gonna share an office?
He is. We're laying out the details, trying to figure out. It's big, but having a bunch of people in there dialing, it kind of gets loud. So we're trying to organize it a little bit better. Maybe put up a divider.
You can use the conference room.
We're working it out. We're thinking maybe we'll have our admin in the office and we'll all dial in the conference room. We'll see.
Something else. Me and Jane went to VIP, which, by the way, in case anybody wants to know, don't go there when you're trying down at the convention, because if you go anytime after 5, it's a 2.5 hour wait. We got free parking at VIP, Stephanie.
Yeah, we do.
My wife's like, we can't just pull in here and not pay us. I'm telling you, it's part of the deal with the office.
It's a good spot. It is definitely a good choice. I'm pumped up about it.
We got free parking for Ricky T's, VIP, old-fashioned pizza, Giggies. Yep. You can't argue with this business.
There's an old-fashioned candy store, too. It's got like 50s and 60s candy candy in it. They make these fresh little mini donuts, bad to the bone.
Don't let me near that place.
We're gonna get fat this year.
No, I'm not. I got fat that was my last year. I got fat last year. I'm gonna weigh down. Y'all gonna see me. Y'all might not even be able to see me. I had to turn sideways so y'all can see who I am. I'll be done. So I'm just melting away. No donuts.
Speak it into existence.
Huh?
Speak it into existence.
It's happening. I'm telling you. I got a game plan. I ain't gonna advertise for somebody else on this thing, but I got a game plan, man. I got a mindset. I'm psychological. All right. Congratulations. You are number 18 in the United States of America right now, poised to take over. Minerve killed it this week too. I got weekly production numbers. She killed it this week, but she's at 12,000. Justin and Sydney Balick at 12 grand. That rounds out the top 20. So let me tell y'all, I have not announced what we're going to do for 1, 2, 3, number 19, but let me tell y'all something. Mega contest coming. Okay. I'm putting together all kinds of stuff. And I hate to even say, but I mean, it involves free trips to the cabin, free trips to Florida, shooting, fishing, and then massive cash. It's like some of you might not even have a lead bill next year. How would you like that? How'd you like that raise? So it's a crazy type of contest to come in the top 10. So if you're wondering, not only can you make more money, there will be mega prizes coming out for the top 10 mega, but I'd say top 25, it'll be significant. Okay. So don't think there's no reason to come in number one other than just making a lot more money. There's a lot more reasons than that. Let me give y'all some other names. Michelle Colin, your buddy up there in the office. Another part of Hartley's group. Jeff and Kelly. Kelly, you and Jeff are going to be tag team. So everybody needs to know that this time, if y'all strike up this month and finish up number one, I don't want anybody to think it's just you. I want you to I want them to know you got a helper.
I do have a very amazing helper. Yes, sir. But we're both killing it. Based on my numbers, once the big policy just got issued, so once everything issues, we'll be close to 75 for the month.
So you think you're going to be up there with maybe even number one this year, you and Jeff combined?
We're going for number one. So if anybody wants to come at me, we're shooting for 1.5 million.
1.5 million. Well, because people say like it ain't fair that she's got help. Like with Jonathan and Megan Yakey. Matter of fact, they're next on the list. They're on here. They're not next. Stephen Davies right now is next. Rianne Clough, I think that's how you say it. Rianne Clough, Tim and Nikki Long, Mark Hutchinson, Marisol, lady I met out there when I was in Reno. Marisol is in the top 30. Jeff Adcock, part of the Alleman team. Jara Gonzalez, you see Jara on here. But people say it ain't fair that Kelly's got two people and that Jonathan and Megan's got two. Last year, Megan Wood, her helper was her 5-year-old kid. And she spanked every couple, husband and wife combined. And I'm not sure who was number 2 and number 3, but I'm positive they were doing it by themselves. None of them were couples. So Kelly, I hope that you and Jeff working together are more productive and not less productive. And I hope y'all come in number one.
Yes, sir, we will.
In other words, you ain't shining down on a leaderboard.
No, not at all, sir. You will see our name up there along with our group. Caleb's coming, Tyler's coming, they're coming. So they've all got great, huge goals. And I put out a pretty good incentive for them to hit some big numbers before June because we're looking at an all expense paid trip for them, for the top leaders that I'm going to take them somewhere.
Nice. Yves Monet is in the rounds out the top 30. Junior Blas. David and Linda Holt, 32. Adam Johnson, Dr. Dr. Batorsky, Junior Korea, Gus and Mercedes are number 38. Courtney Sessom come rolling in here, nine grand. Dan Gillingham, Chris Long at number 39 with 9 grand already. Mimi Romero and my cuz, the guy that talked me into getting insurance. He is number 41 in the country with 6 applications. Blake Krazan, Ted Peterson, Jan Miller, Debbie Beans talking junk like she's going to do something big this year. She's going to make a massive move. We'll see her down here this weekend. I think she'll get in Friday. I think she's getting in a little bit late. She lost her grandmother, not to COVID. She just lost her grandmother to, she just, I think it's cancer. It's like years and years and years in battle. What a battle. And she was I think she's closer to her grandma than she was her mama. She's close to her mama, but Danny Johnson making a move. A. Marie Brax out of Hawaii. Billy Crane, Lindar Cook, Jake and Belle Krause. There's another couple combined. That rounds out to number 50. I'm going to stop right there. That is some stud muffins coming on. No, did I call your name? Because I thought I saw you in there. You're up in there. Maybe I didn't call your name. I see you on here. I didn't call you or the other Wilson name. I didn't call Robert Wilson or Noel Wilson. Come on now, the Wilsons. I might have. Here you are. No, that's Robert Wilson. Robert Wilson's 55. Noel Wilson's 60. You almost in the top 50. Yeah, I got you at 7,004 apps issued, and the other Wilson, 6 apps at 7,300. How you feeling, Noel? Is this the year you overtake my sergeant?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's coming. It's coming. I told you before. The Alliance needs new faces, and I'm hell bent on being one of them. So
we don't need pretty faces. We need new faces. Hey, listen, Brandon, you the coach. You know how them coaches are.
Yes, sir.
High expectations, demanding practice schedules, intense focus, narrowing your decision making, making it a routine. All those things is your job, Brandon, to help with this guy and get his routine right.
This dude's a stud, man. He just needs a little bit from me, not a lot. He'll do the rest. He's a stud.
I'm a believer. All right. Hey,
I mean, look at him. He looks like he could do something.
He looks the part, dude. I got to tell you.
See what I'm saying?
He looks the part as many I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? I remember that time I first saw Michelle and Barack Obama. I thought, damn, they gonna be the president. They look the part. When I look at him, I like, this joker's gonna be an agency. I mean, you just look at him like he's gonna be one of the leaders.
I told him he'll be bigger than me and Soto in no time.
He's not gonna be taller than you. He's just gonna be bigger than you. Dude, I heard a story. It's the funniest thing in the world. To me, it was funny. It's this guy. He went in this cafe and he was shocked. It's in Wilmington, North Carolina, and Michael Jordan was sitting in there. And he recognized him right away. He said, "What is he doing there?" And right off the bat, he noticed he was in a little cafe. He said he noticed he was 2 crippled guys were sitting there, right in front of him. Like one of them had braces on, the other one was sitting outside of the booth in a wheelchair, and the other one was clearly jacked up something with his legs, And so he didn't want to be rude, so he sat down close to Michael Jordan so he could overhear it. And Jordan was explaining to him the NBA and how you didn't have to have a real job and you could just play basketball. And he was like, well, that's good. He's probably doing a charity or something. It turned out Jordan was trying to recruit these boys into trying to be professional athletes. And he was telling them that he himself got cut when he was a sophomore in high school. So he knew that it was going to be a challenge for them, but he told them if they would just keep their head down and focus and keep trying, they would eventually get it and become an NBA star. It didn't, and he said he kept thinking, this can't be happening. And then Jordan took out his check and showed them a check, and the kids were like, "Oh my God, you made more in a month than my dad will make in a year, maybe 2 years." And Jordan's like, "You can do it too. You just got to keep trying and just keep your head down and don't give up." And I was like, oh my God, who would do that to somebody that's crippled? He said, "It's not a true story." No, it's not a true story. It can't possibly be true. On the other hand, I have seen similar in this business. People telling people stuff that'll never come true with so much confidence and building up so much hope in their head that they can do something that's impossible the way they're doing it. Do you understand what I'm saying, Terry Edwards? Have you seen that happen, Terry? Do you know what I'm talking about? This is, what do you call it? This is passive aggressiveness.
Yes, sir.
This is passive aggressive. What Michael Jordan, Michael didn't really do that. Who would do that to somebody? Who would tell somebody you can do it when they're doing this, and you knowing damn well there's no way they'll ever make it to NBA for their physical problems? You said, "But Andy, we don't have physical problems. That won't limit you here." Right. But not doing something that you're supposed to be doing is a physical manifestation. It is it might as well be crutches on your knees trying to be an NBA star and telling them they can do it with the crutches on. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to miraculously start to happen. That's passive aggressive, Terry. You're telling them aggressively, he can do it, he kill it. You just got to keep trying. Oh my God. So also known as lying. The way you think and then what you do matters. In basketball, what you physically are capable of doing matters. What you physically do here matters. It will not happen if we don't address the issues and help people. Rojas, you tracking with me on this, bro?
Bro, this is so good, man. Yeah, 100% on tracking. Golly, that's good.
Sean Boone submitted a big out $22,000 IUL this week. Megan Wood submitted 28 outs this week. Joe and Tony Walker. Oh, by the way, two things. There's a video floating around. If you hadn't seen it, it's Megan Wood. It's like a 7 or 8 minute video that Mike did with Megan Wood about door knocks, and it is powerful. A lot of people have seen it. If you hadn't seen it, it's on our private Facebook. If you take a look at it and you like it, please comment, because that helps keep it at the top and keep it in people's face. And then you can also send it directly to your people. The other thing that Mac Hefner told me about, and I read the words, but I hadn't listened to the audio yet, is Brandon Bill. Didn't you do an audio? Didn't you do a podcast or something like that with Mac?
With Mac, yes, sir. Shoot, I want to say right before Christmas.
But it just came out.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a link to it?
He sent it to me last night. I don't think Mac sleeps because he sent it to me at like 2:30 in the morning my time.
Mac sleeps. He just might be doing it at odd times. Of course, I resemble that remark. Hey, speaking of announcements, if you're coming in early enough to meet us at a private airport, and when I say this, I'm going to ask somebody to get the details out. Riddle, if you can find out and get the details and post it. But Brian Adams, our CEO of Integrity, by the way, they just bought 2 other massive organizations this past week. But he's flying in on the jet, and he's bringing in Fitz and Heather, Paul and Tamara, and Diane Lampy. So when they land, and I'm going to have a limo there waiting for them. I've got the mayor of my island. The mayor of Treasure Island will be there. Love for y'all to meet him. Love you to say hello to Brian. But I love to have an audience when they land. What he's doing is we're cutting the video with the absolute hope that we sign a deal and these guys will become partners, the first 2 partners in the alliance. Okay. There are other people underway, but that'll be at 4:30 on tomorrow afternoon. So if you're here early enough and you want to meet us out there, get a chance to shake Brian's hand, and everybody's invited. That's part of the NatCon to be out there if you can make it. And Jane and I will be there, welcome them. Flowers. It's going to be awesome. We'll get them fired up. Okay. The other thing is, I want to get that podcast of yours, Brandon. As a matter of fact, once you send it to Noel and let Noel post it on the Facebook, that way you ain't posting your own video or your own audio. Put that podcast, post a link to that podcast, Noel, and talk some junk about our superstars. It's really great information on there about who Brandon is too, because I always look for somebody. If I'm recruiting a superstar in athletics, I'm talking about Sean Boone, I'm talking about Brandon Beal, I'm talking about our superstars. And if I'm talking about Rojas's wife is a big time painter. So if people's into art, it's just, if you're married, if you got kids, I'm always trying to find somebody that relates to them that I can talk about and then try to get them together so I can get that credibility and confidence built up. So Brandon's a good one to understand who he is. All right. Megan Wood is number 2. Joe and Tony Walker submitted 5 for 15 grand. Issue paid for the week. Megan Wood leads the week, issue paid with 13 grand. Minerva Profield, 9 grand issued this week. She's going to be a competitor this year. Michelle Allman, 15 apps for 8 grand this week. Manzo, 5 apps for 7 grand. Rodriguez, that's on the call. Hey, Rodriguez, wave at us so people see who you are. Rodriguez picked up 18, issue paid 18 for 5 grand. Chris Long issued 5 grand this week. Way to go, Chris and Courtney, for 5 apps. Rianne Cloak, 6 apps for 5 grand. Rianne's going to be a competitor this year. Jonathan and Megan Yakey, 5 grand. Mike and Carrie Williams, 5 grand. Mark Hutchinson, 5 grand. Jake and Beret Joseph, 4 grand. Vernon Schmidt, 4 grand. Annuity producers, Bel Air came in with $372,000 issue paid this week. Jane Hill had a $350,000 one issued. Joe Walker got $233. Bubba Skinner, $154. And Brian Rojas got him one for $113. Didn't you find some more money this week, Rojas? How'd you find the money?
Just door knocked, man. We took a day out, door knocked the whole day. 81-year-old lady with an 88-year-old husband, and we just went out there, man, and we got it. Just got the check yesterday.
Hey, you got the check?
Yes, sir.
How much?
$55,000.
Sweet. Hey, are you knocking on leads doors or just random people?
Leads doors. People that I can't reach over the phone. I'm being more intentional. Hearing that podcast you sent me about Megan Wood and asking questions to Stephanie because she's crazy at door knocking, and just implementing, man, just immediate action on that thing.
Is that the long one that I talked to her a lot?
Yeah.
Hey, will you mind getting Crystalline or somebody to repost that?
Of course.
Hey, I listened to this, and now I'm in the top 20.
Yes, sir. And Mike,
huh?
I think that Mike, the one that Mike did was awesome as well. I remember listening to that one, and that one was really good too.
The short one, like 8 minutes or 7 minutes, he killed it. Mm-hmm. He asked great questions. Hey, Foresters, Minerva Profield, Leanne leading the way, and Adam Johnson leading the way. Recruiters, Joseph too. He sent me a text. Joseph, you out there watching, he sent me a text. He said, I told you when I met you I was going to be somebody. He's selling and recruiting, came in with 6 direct recruits. Patton put in 5. Paul Roberts put in 5. Avian, coming alive, baby. 5 in width. Chris and Courtney Long, 4. David Cash, Tampa. Your boy, Andy. Your boy, Riddle, put in 4. Brandon Beal put in 4. There he is, Beal. Recruiting and selling both, leading the country. I don't care nothing about my I'm being smart ass. I don't care nothing about my name being called. Man, your name's called, but give it this right here, baby. You see them football players doing this right here and celebrating on the end zone? Give it, and then next play they fumble. They don't worry about that. Next play they tackle somebody. Sometimes I see a team getting about 32 points. Guy makes a tackle. You think he just won the dadgum championship the way he celebrates after tackle. Y'all might have 32, but I killed him. I killed him. That's what I'm talking about. It's that attitude of continuing to play no matter what. One of the most amazing things to me as an athletics is when a team has just lost the game, but they clearly keep fighting for everything they've got. That's attitude, baby. You can't, I don't say you can't teach it, but I'm trying to teach it. Lee Reyes coming there with 3 recruits. John Thorman continues to put people in. And look at him, Noah Wilson. I guarantee you out-recruited Robert Wilson. You tell him, we'll send a message to him that you're going to beat him in 2 categories, selling and recruiting. Duh. That's the categories. That is the lifeblood. Yeah, but matter of fact, the VP of America will be down here tonight. So if you're around tonight and you want me to hook you up with him, he's just coordinating dinner with the Carries tonight in Treasure Island. So you are available. All right. I am going to. I want to hit some more stuff on this passive aggressive. See if I can give you some more things that go, oh, that's bad. Yeah, it's bad. All right, here we go. This is a Ricky Bobby. He played in this crazy movie, maybe Talladega Nights. And here's what he said: with all due respect, and remember, I'm saying with all due respect, that idea ain't worth a velvet painting of a whale and a dolphin trying to get it on. With all due respect. Like, bro, nobody like that. So that's funny, man. I get the point. With all due respect, it's passive aggressive and it's trying to hide the fact. You say, well, nobody wants you to tell them they don't like an idea. Well, if they ask for your opinion, maybe they do want to hear it. I know they don't want to hear some passive aggressive attack. I'd rather hear like, I don't like it. Here's the reasons why. Okay, got it. I've been telling people this recently pretty often, Mike. You don't have to take my advice. I'll tell your agents, y'all don't have to take Mike Leventovich's advice, but you should listen to it and consider if you want to shift what you're doing. Does that make sense? Like, in other words, take the advice from somebody who's got the results to speak of. Okay. A person with passive-aggressive behavior may oppose the plan, but instead of voicing their actual opinion, they practice indirect resistance, agreeing, but then not doing what they're told to do or what the suggestion is. Or they'll put it off. Okay, it's crazy because I teach procrastination for doing the wrong thing. I teach putting it off for doing the wrong thing. I teach now or right now for the right thing. So if a guy says to me, and I'm going to tell you this, you want to talk about a nasty person for a month or 2 months. And it was me saying, I'm going to lose weight, but not today. Here's the way it works, Kelly. If you're planning on starting recruiting, but if you put it off one day, it's harder to start the next day. If you put it off 2 days, it's going to be harder to start. So the more you put off doing the thing that you know that you need to do, the bigger the wall becomes to get started. So I kept saying to myself, you're an idiot because you should start today. But I was like, I ain't starting today. It's Christmas time or it's Thanksgiving. So I finally had to spend a lot of money. So when I committed the money, y'all know how I am about, well, y'all might not know, but when I start spending money, I'm on it. You with me? So I started spending money and I said, all right, I'm going to start this day. Boom. And then I go all in. It's hard. But so passive aggressive behavior is saying you're going to do it or ignoring when somebody's talking about something, or when there's being coached, the system, ignoring it or putting it off, or totally agreeing but not doing it. It's called passive aggressive behavior. People hate that. And what it does is it makes you feel better about yourself, but it does not drive your income up. Olga, I'm cracking up looking at you talking. Is there a word for this in your homeland where you come from, Colombia? Passive aggressive. Do y'all have something like this? Have you ever heard of this before?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen this type of behavior in people?
Yeah, when we say we're going to do something, but we don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking to me. Oh, yes.
Oh, I have done it. You have done it. I have done it. Hey, by the way, how did your new guy do today? Were you there or yesterday making phone calls? The lawyer.
Oh, Alfonso.
Yeah. No.
Oh, you're talking about
Gus something. Gustavo. Not Gustavo and Mercedes, but the new Gustavo. We got 2 Gustavos now. How did he do?
Jason, he was this morning. I was running an appointment, but he went to the house and was with Jason there.
Okay. How did he do, Jason?
We cannot hear, Jay.
All right, how about now? Can you hear me now?
It's low, but we can hear you.
All righty. He made 47 dials. He was here for a couple hours, booked 1 appointment, and got several callbacks from it. He did great.
How many did he talk to?
He talked to 10 people, booked 1 appointment.
Okay. So I'm guessing it was old leads, right?
No, these were 2 or 3 days, a month old.
Okay. So will Olga call those same leads and book them?
She can.
You ain't gonna just let them go to waste. You know they can be booked, right?
No, absolutely.
Yep. Did you coach him on what was his biggest? Here, let me tell you what his biggest thing was. He's too nice, didn't want to offend anybody.
Too nice and talk too fast.
Oh, too high of a speed. Passive aggressive behavior. Go ahead, tell me.
Alfonso was here the day before, and he booked 5 interviews, 5 appointments.
Remind me who Alfonso is.
He's a lawyer from Venezuela.
Ah.
So we got Alfonso, the lawyer from Venezuela, and Gustavo Perez, the military fighter pilot, helicopter guy from Venezuela.
Right. Okay. So the attorney did good.
He did good.
That's the one I was hoping would do good. I mean, I care about the other guy too, but Alfonso, so I got 2 Alfonsos and 2 Gustavos.
That's right.
We got Alfonso on Leventovich's team.
Gustavo, the pilot, is selling Medicare. He's selling more Medicare. So now he's going to start to push more leads and make phone calls.
If we got him switched over to our Medicare center.
Yeah, already.
Yes.
So
yes.
Are we going to consider doing Medicare leads for him?
He's doing
He already buy yesterday $600 in Medicare leads.
He's an animal.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we got this lady. She'll be hard for y'all to connect with because she's so high up, but her name is Kim Clark, and she's been working really close with the O'Bars out in Texas. I'm gonna go see them next month. But if you have big time producers with big time groups, you're gonna need to get to meet her. She is an integrity corporate employee, but she's worked with so many IMOs. She's crazy smart. She's got all the contacts. We can get leads for $20. We get a ton of leads for free. She's your main contact. She can hook you up with the United Healthcare contacts and the Aetna contacts and the CVS contacts. that get the free leads.
What is her name, Andy?
Kim Clark.
Kim Clark. Okay.
Yeah, she'll be at National Convention. She'll be here.
Okay,
But
awesome.
not a lot. She'll just be here in and out. But I think she's here. You need to meet her. Ivy and Gina can help connect you too, but obviously y'all know that Gina and Ivy are doing a heck of a job. That's good stuff with the pilot. We got the most aggressive compensation, the most flexible compensation, the biggest platform there is to have with the Medicare Center. Medicare this year is going to absolutely explode. Okay. Here's another pass. Oh man, I'm fired up about this system, but I just want to wait a little bit till it gets going and then see how it goes. Then I'll get involved. Aggressive, passive, passive, aggressive, tricky. Sarcastic with backhanded compliments. Buying leads is a great investment in business if you don't mind wasting a lot of time and making phone calls. What? Well, it's really good if you don't mind having to make a bunch of phone calls, going to people's houses, like both. It's a great investment. Anything requires work. Oh, how about this one? Oh, I didn't know you meant now. Oh, God. Oh, I didn't know. Hey, have you got that? Have you called the carrier and got that policy issued? Oh, you want me to do it now? Like, yeah. Duh. Cynical. All right. I'll book 40 appointments, but I don't know if it's going to pay off because I don't know if I'll be able to waste some leads. And I'll do it. Like, stop, time out. You don't have to do it just because we're recommending it. If you want to book 20, book 20. What can I talk about in book 20? Talk about booking 40-40. That's the goal, but you're doing 20-20. Meeting people. Y'all understand that when you're selling, if you talk to that person, that counts as a selling appointment and a show them the opportunity appointment for the 40-40. It's just keeping it on your mind out in front of you. Anybody that uses the blame game, it's never, this is another, how about this story? Guy's watching. He's a singer. No, he's a pianist. And he's watching, and this guy playing the piano, and he's terrible. He's beating the keys. People start looking at him funny, and then they start booing, screaming at him. Walks off. Next guy comes out, jumps on the piano, smooth as silk, Liberace, boom, y'all, fans go crazy. Goes in the back, in the locker room. The one that got booed off stage is casually getting his dressed and getting his stuff packed up. And the guy just can't take it. He just can't take the curiosity. He says, how does it feel to get booed off like that? Does that not bother you? You don't seem to be bothered. Your self-image, how do you do it? He said, it's not that big of a deal. It's the piano. What? He said, yeah, it's the piano. They weren't booing me. It's that piano. It's out of tune. It's a problem. Not sure what you mean. And the guy was just dumbfounded. Like, what do you say? What do you say then? What do you say to a person who blames the piano and you just got through playing on the piano and the crowd went wild and he says it's the piano? What do you say to the guy? He said, okay. It's passive aggressive. You can't fight a passive aggressive person. You can't coach a passive aggressive. They're the worst. They're the worst people to try to coach in the world because they'll agree with you and do something different. And then they'll blame the piano and not blink. Just sitting there going like, is this a candid camera thing? Or if you treated me the way you treat Mike and Noel Leventovich, of course they're successful. Look how you treat Mike and Noel. Like, what part are you talking about? The part where I scream at them, the part where I coach them? No, you give them everything. You give them all the recruits, you do everything. Oh, okay. If that was given to me, if I had the same setup as everybody else, It's clearly slanted away from me. Anybody that hits you with a blame game, it's just hard. It's hard to scream at them. Your golden child, Megan Wood's not going to last. Like what? Yeah. But how many people she recruited? Yeah, but how much are y'all helping her? Like, oh God. Can't we just listen to what she's doing and copy, swipe, and deploy? Can't we steal her methods? No, because her method involves work and hustle and grit and stamina and getting insulted and stuff like that I'm not willing to go through. Okay. See, that I could understand. How many of y'all feel like you might have been passive aggressive in the past? I'm 100%. You better raise your hand, Stephanie. Lou, you better raise your hand. I have Manifold. I see your hand. I know yours up right there. Jason, you better raise 2 of them. You better raise 2, Jason. I got 2. You can raise 2. Okay. How many going to try to do a better job? I swear. I like this one. I bet your golden child can fart rainbows. He ain't never done nothing wrong. He poops as a rainbow. Passive aggressive. Robbie B. Unmute that thing.
How you doing, sir?
Bro, you reckon you find somebody that's good as you?
I'm working on it.
Did you know if you was an 8 and you recruited a 10, you become a 10?
Yep.
That's what I like about this business. I got people that are crazier than me. Mike, I'm going to risk embarrassment in front of 100 people. How's my buddy doing out there? Robbie B made me think about G. I'm thinking about Robbie G. Who is Robbie G? Is that a somebody?
It's a Kenny G.
Do what'd you say, Jason?
Kenny G.
Kenny G. That's that singer, right?
Andy, you talking about Q that came out and met you with Sasha?
Yeah.
There we go. So Q, he's going out and getting his license. He's thinking about a couple people from his job to get me on the phone with here. So we're getting him gradually. He's taking some steps.
How about Sasha?
Joseph would know more on that one.
Yep, I've been talking to her. She and I are talking later today. So she's moving. We're going to get her moving faster. Thank you for taking the time with her, by the way. We already got names and we got numbers to call on.
I'm going to check, make sure I'm covering all the details. Who can help me with where we're doing meetings? We've got one going on in Dallas. Coming. Okay, so let's do them in order. First of all, we got convention coming up this weekend. Limited invites. Made me want to throw up. I couldn't invite everybody, and some of our top leaders didn't get invited. Top producers didn't get invited. We're gonna have a good time. All right. Everybody come with a great attitude, not a passive aggressive attitude. Because there's always things going to go wrong whenever you have an event. Okay. If it's a concert, there's going to be problems. If there's a convention, there's going to be problems. It's going to be more likelihood because we're not in our hometown, jammed up. I mean, I'm going to have some people like, look, why don't y'all watch it from this place? Can't have many people in here. We're overcrowded. We're just going to have to all that stuff water flow off of us like water off a duck's back. Okay. Positive attitude. We're going to broadcast. So you can let people know most of it will be broadcast. So can people hear what we say, and they can get, hear the tips, meet the leaders. Sunday, starting at 7:00, I am interviewing Megan Wood, and we're training session. It'll be interactive. So for those that are coming in, ask questions of Megan. Are any of y'all staying Sunday night? Any of y'all? Kelly is, Olga, Stephanie, Riddle. Okay. All right. Okay. And then we'll do training from 9 to 5 with the folks that came in on that deal. The next thing is, then I'm headed to Dallas. So Sunday night we'll be at Diane Lampy's office. Everybody's welcome from Dallas. We got people, Blake and Bell are flying in. Marcus Richardson's flying in. The vice president of Americo's flying in. Gina Hawks is flying in. I'll be flying in with Brandon Manley. Mark Hutchinson may be there. So we're going to have some studs on deck at Sunday night. And then Monday in Paul Roberts' office, and Paul's having his national convention over the weekend, so I don't know how many of his people will be plugging in at all, but he might have some there on Monday. So those same people that I named will be there Monday in Paul Roberts' office from 9 to 5. We'll do a boot camp. That night, 9 of us are flying to Tyler, Texas. Oh, the O'Bars are going to be there. So if you want to know anything about Medicare, they are bad to the bone. They did over 1,000 applications last year, and are going to try to do 3,000 to 5,000 applications. Let me shoot crazy if they did 5,000 apps with us this year. They're fired up out of their mind. They've been talking to Kim Clark a lot. So they're going to be there Sunday and Monday, and then jump on a jet with us and go to Tyler, their hometown, where we're going to do another meeting in Tyler. And so if you have people around Tyler, Texas, from there, that we're only going to do like a morning meeting in Tyler. We'll do a night meeting when we get out there in Tyler, and then a morning. And then we're flying to Kansas City. We'll do a meeting in Kansas. Yeah, we're flying to Kansas City. So if you have people around Kansas, Topeka, I don't know where else, surrounding 2 or 3 hours, they're welcome to come in. I'll have a good group on the jet with me. Oh, Eric Belair is going to be there in Dallas. He's going to kill it. Chris Robinson's going to be there. So we'll be in Texas. I mean, that's Tuesday the 9th. We'll be in Kansas. In the morning, we will get up and fly to Denver. So Marcus Richardson will be flying back into Denver. His brother, who's graduating college this semester, is starting to write business, has actually picked up checks. We'll do a training session that night and in the morning. And then we'll fly back to Dallas. And actually Thursday, the 11th, I'll be doing another opportunity meeting in Dallas at Paul Roberts' office. So hopefully the people that we dealt with Sunday and Monday will have more together by Thursday. We'll do that meeting in Thursday and then fly to Greenville, South Carolina. And then the following weekend, and Mike, I am now open. The following weekend, there's actually a small group that are coming down here. We got to do some fishing. We've got some fish that are overcrowding the seas, and we're going to take them out and eat them. And then we're flying back on the jet Friday night and do a training 9 to 5 boot camp with Terry Edwards and Adam Katz, Stephen Davies in Burlington. That'll be Saturday. No plans for Sunday. One thought is take off somewhere else and do a training, Mike Leventovich, and with the Indiana deal that I said I had to do is now not going to happen that day. So I'm open to do something somewhere else. Would be the 21st. I don't think I have anything else on the books. All right, I'm making sure it's a date. Yeah, good. Courtney. All right. Lou Abadi, recruiting is starting to take off, bro. What do you think you're doing differently? What do you know you're doing differently? What do you think you're doing differently? You're starting to get some results. You're starting to get some people moving and selling.
I'm being a lot more bolder as I'm on the phone with them or in face-to-face, them just asking who else you know can do this, and I'm not stopping. And then the next person I speak to, the same thing. I'm trying to just keep going. I'm not going to stop that. Just listening to you and Riddle, I'm just going to keep going, asking that question. I'm going to hit the next 40-40 very soon as well. I'm almost, I'm about halfway there. I'm going to hit that as well.
You already hit it one time?
I hit it one time. I'm going to hit it again.
Wouldn't it be cool if you did the 3 quickly and then you're invited to fly on a jet with me? Jet comes get me, you fly back up to Burlington. We'll do some shooting. Hang out.
I'm trying to hit it quickly. Yes, sir.
You might as well.
Yes, sir.
Might as well be you.
Yes, sir.
Might as well you be you. Riddle says Jacksonville would be a good place to do a meeting. I like that. I like that, Riddle. We could, if I went somewhere else, I could still put Jacksonville on the back end, on the way back into St. Pete. I'd love to do it. Let's just plan on doing it. It's a question whether we do it Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, depending on where else I've been. All right. Why do I have? I have awards 2020 event in Florida at the Fusion. Huh. Must be looking for somebody to come down here for 40-40. Must be why I have that measure marked off 25th, 26th, 27th. Somebody got to win. Hey, Jake Joseph. JJ.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Andy?
Good. You moving? You talking and driving? You gotta be careful.
Yes, sir. I will. I am.
What's the plan this year?
What's the plan this year?
Yeah, you and Veray. What's the plan?
This year, our plan is to do a minimum of 250 deposits from personal production, and also with overrides as well. Get some people going to Alaska and running some more appointments. Right now, we got to find, if schools open up before we find someone to take care of the kids, so that way one of us doesn't always have to be home is a big thing. So just doing more activity, and just like what Lil Body said, is asking that question, who else that can help us out? That thing works wonders. That simple little question works wonders.
Robbie G, you a youngin' on this crowd, deepest part of the James Hill, deepest part of the Mendocino. What you thinking, Bo?
Thinking about making some money. So at least what he just said a minute ago sounded real good. I'm definitely at minimum want to double what I did last year. That's minimum. So definitely looking to get that recruiting done. Do some sales, do more sales. I'm excited.
What's the game plan, buddy?
Bro, it's time to take over the world. It's Pinky in the brain. We're going to do tonight what we do every night, Pinky. We're going to take over the freaking world.
Same thing we always do.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. One's insane and one has an enormous head. So I think I may be the one with an enormous head, but it's awesome. We're fired up to have the team come along, and just grateful for the vision of the 40-40 plan. And yeah, I'm no more passive aggressive, no more excuses, no more bullshit. Let's rock and roll. Sorry. I just it's coming out, man. It's time to move.
It's good news for the team, buddy.
Sir.
Rising tide raises all ships.
Well,
Robbie picks up, Bill picks up, Joe picks up, Jason picks up. Rising tide. We got to find a few committed people that want to change the world.
Freedom.
Peace out, baby. Let's kill this thing. See you guys this weekend. Love to help you out around the country. We'll set up some more meetings to make up for this national convention only being limited. All right. Love y'all.